No one can develop the next Netflix in one day and $1.
Yes, it's really painful, I think, for every entrepreneur.
Using that technologies for your modern projects would be a suicide mission right now.
Oh yeah, Google always knows best.
That's for sure.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you have already seen our previous video, you should know our today's special guest. This is Olena, our business development manager, and she is exactly that person who knows everything about client needs and pains. Hi Olena, nice to see you again.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here.
Okay, let's get straight to the point. Launching a new business as well as scaling of existing one is not an easy task for everyone. And when it comes to software development for a business, sometimes startuppers and even experienced entrepreneurs don't know what should they do to start. So today we are going to ask you some questions that, according to analysis conducted by our sales and marketing department, are the most frequently asked among our potential and existing clients. Are you ready?
I really hope that I can answer the questions, but yeah, sure.
Okay, so let's pretend that I'm your client and I ask you these questions.
Okay, here we go. I really hope that my answers will be helpful to people with some technical startup in mind, or some enterprises who are looking for some innovations, or businesses with some automation needs. So let's go.
I need an application. What should I do? Where should I start?
That's a very tricky question to start with.
Okay, I agree with you.
But I guess that the first task for you is the easiest one and the most obvious one at the same time. At first, you need to sit down and describe your idea, your project very precisely. Even better if you can describe your needs, the problems you're trying to solve with this product, and your goals. Then I would recommend you finding some software development company that can take this kind of brief or this description and work it through with you. They can guide you through the development process, the stages. They can sit together with you, analyzing your business, your strategy, and probably they will be able to suggest you some technical stack and tell you the time frame for the development and the cost. Worth mentioning that if you are an already established business, your technical partner might probably suggest you using some ready-made solution that is already exists on the market, because there are a lot of good off-the-shelf solutions that might fit your business. So if that does, that there's no sense in developing something customly made for you and spending thousands of hours and dollars on developing something unique. But of course, if your business has very specific business processes and business goals, or you are a brand new technical startup and you are launching with something really new, then of course you need to develop a customly made for you solution.
Okay, I do need something unique. However, I suppose that creation of such software application requires different advanced technologies and complex approaches. So do I need to be tech savvy to cooperate with you? Is this technical background really important for me to be deeply involved into project development?
If everyone was a tech savvy, then there wouldn't be any software development company that provides IT consulting services.
Okay,
because everyone knew everything. And especially technical project managers, they wouldn't have that much work to do. Though I'm not sure if that's a good news for them or not. So, but to put jokes aside, no, you don't need to be a tech savvy at all.
Well, that's nice.
Yes, you don't have to read books about programming and server setup and project management, because you can leave the tech side to the tech experts. You better focus your energy and your time on your business development instead of programming and more technical approaches. Of course, that would be helpful if you have some knowledge about development process, because that might save you some time on learning the process and might give you more better understanding of what's going on. But to be honest, any dedicated project manager that's working on the project will help you and will walk you through, will answer all of your questions. When we work with our clients, we always have a project manager, and business analyst, and account manager on the project who can answer all of the technical and not so technical questions. So no, that wouldn't be a problem if you don't have that expertise.
Okay, I'll follow your recommendation and ask you the next question. So, do I need mobile or web app?
I don't know.
Unexpected answer.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's impossible to answer this question without some proper investigation of your product, your client needs. If your customers need to use your product, your service on the go, like banking or some cab service or social networks or messenger, then of course you need to create a mobile application, because it's going to be hard to succeed on the desktop, because now more than 70% of people use smartphones more than any other device to access the internet. Again, if your users are not comfortable logging in your service on any other device except for their own smartphone, again like banking for example, then you definitely should use a mobile application. You definitely should develop a mobile application first. It's like Deezer or Uber. Oh wait, am I even allowed to name any applications on this video? Well, if I'm not, we'll cut that out. Okay. Or some weather or fitness applications that you need them on the go. You don't really need them when you're sit at home on your personal computer or laptop. Yeah, another question is whether you should develop native iOS and Android applications, or you can use PWA, which is Progressive Web Applications, and get both mobile and web solution. It's much faster and much cheaper, and that also could be a very nice choice if you need both web or mobile application or mobile first application. But again, this is something you need to discuss with your technical partner, because this is the solution that doesn't fit every product. So this is very precise question you need to discuss with your technical partner.
Well, yeah, that's really important point to consider of. By the way, how much time and money will it take to develop such an app?
This is my favorite question. Everyone asks that, and that's quite reasonable. Though I'm afraid that my answer will disappoint you.
Whoa, why so?
There's no ballpark number for time and cost for any application, web or mobile, because it depends on multiple factors. And just you need to understand that the development of any product can take from 3 months to a year, and it can cost $1,000 or $1 million. So it's just important to remember that no one can develop a next Netflix in 1 day and $1.
Yeah,
so
I agree with you. And what can you say from your own experience?
From my own experience, I can say that any product development should take, well, with proper evaluation, planning, development, design, and the testing, it should take minimum of 2 months. The product that is developed in a couple of weeks without planning and without proper testing should usually have a lot of bugs and some gaps in business logic. And also you need to mind the code quality. So in this case, planning is everything. Though if your product development should take more than 4 months, I would suggest you starting with MVP, because that will allow you to roll out the project really fast, and your technical partner will be able to add new features, and this will also allow you to react on market changes really fast.
And what's MVP?
MVP is a minimum viable product. If we have some gamers in our audience, don't confuse it with the most valuable player. So, in simple words, it's a product with very minimal set of functionality that allows you to launch really fast with the first version, while your technical partner delivers new features, surprising your customers, your investors, and you can easily react to your customers' feedback. So that's the main point of it.
Cool, thank you for clarification.
I'm not sure if my answer was really helpful, as I didn't say any numbers. So if you have some project in mind, you can send an email to me, and you're most welcome to do that. We can discuss your particular project together.
By the way, speaking of software project details, I suppose that it's quite important to estimate everything carefully. So what is software project estimation? Tell us in more detail about this.
I'm sure you can find a lot of definitions on the internet.
Oh yeah, Google always knows best.
That's for sure. But I'll try to give you some example of customer journey for you to understand where you would be in this long process.
Cool, this will be nice.
Well, when you have some sort of brief description, you sit together with our business analyst and write down the plan. You describe the current state of matters and your plan, like your future goals. Based on that information, on the problems you're trying to solve, on the goals you're trying to reach, a business analyst prepares technical specification where this person describes all functional requirements, all the processes around the project, like exactly what the product you'll get, how it will look like. And then this is the document that is taken for evaluation and estimation by the development team. At the end of the day, they tell how much time they need to develop the project.
Okay, and how precise this software estimation should be?
Well, the precise, the better.
Yes, I agree with you.
Software estimation is very important in any project delivery. And when you get a very ballpark estimation from a company, this isn't very good sign, because sometimes companies do that in order to win a client, any price. But when you get very precise estimation, it's usually a good sign, because it means that the company who estimated the project, they know how to work with certain risks, and they know what they're doing, and they appreciate the rules and transparency in work with their clients. So it's always better if you get estimation like we need 5,342 hours to deliver the project. Then we need like around 6,000 hours, because probably something isn't covered. So, but I understand that sometimes you need to know this ballpark estimation, because to be honest, the precise estimation of the product usually takes weeks, so it's not like one-day job. So it takes weeks, and sometimes you don't have that week or weeks. So you need that ballpark number really fast. In that case, it's possible to tell like around this number of hours and this cost, but you need to understand that at the end of the day, after deeper investigation of every detail of your product, the price and time frame might change.
Okay, that's clear. By the way, I suppose that time frame and cost of application depends on technology that are used in particular application. So how to choose the right tech stack that will be ideal for my project?
I can't tell you what you should or you should not use, because this is something very individual. There's no good and bad stacks, you know. This is something that your technical partner should tell you. This is something they know after they evaluate and again dive deep into your project. So after they know your requirements and your expectations, they know whether it's a mobile application or web or desktop product, and after that they know what technology should they use for this load application. What I can tell from my side is that you always should use the modern technologies, because there are a lot of frameworks that were released like 5-10 years ago, and they are not supported right now by their developers. So using that technologies for your modern project would be a suicide mission right now.
Okay, so that's really important to keep an eye on updates, am I right?
Yeah, sure. This is something that you and your technical partner should do. You should keep an eye on the updates, and from time to time you need to refactor the code on your project, like from time to time. Every time when you add new functionality, new features, well, in shorter words, you need to maintain your project perfectly, because there is a sad side of this story. In 5 years you can end up with a product that you cannot scale. Yes,
that's really painful, I think, for every entrepreneur.
Yes, and this is very expensive, because one day you can For example, you have a product, you use it for like 5 years and you are very satisfied and happy with it, but in 5 years your goals change or your processes change, or even faster, like in a year, and you need to add new features, and you cannot do that because your project is not scalable and you need to refactor the entire code or rebuild the entire project from the scratch. So this is like a very expensive matter, and you better invest some money in proper maintenance instead of like rebuilding the project from the ground like in a couple of years.
Okay, that's a sad story.
It's a very sad story, but it's not a sad story when you maintain your project really well with your technical partner.
Well, cool. Okay, and now let's discuss another pain of every client, I suppose. How should I know that you work on my project as much responsible as you declare?
Well, as in any business, there's always some certain level of trust between you and your partner. So you should pay attention to the way they collaborate, they communicate with you. Personally, I believe that communication is the key to success. And in MassMedia Group, we always strive for excellence in work. We always care about the project quality and the communication with our client. We always try to build the most transparent relationship ever. So, of course, at the beginning of your collaboration with any partner, there are certain questions that need to be covered up. So if you have some preferences about, I don't know, about some communication channels or time allocation on the project, you want some reports or you want some time trackers, that's what you need to discuss with your partner, because from my own experience, our clients don't really want to know how much time we spend on some tasks or milestones, etc. They are mostly focused on the result. But I understand that this trust doesn't come from anywhere, just by itself. So again, this is the communication. You always know whether this team works hard or not. And any dedicated project manager will talk to you and listen to you. So if you're just interested why this milestone should take 100 hours, just ask your development partner and they will answer you, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, actually, I believe that trust and high level of communication is a cornerstone of successful and productive relationships between client and developer. However, I think that formal part of agreement is also of crucial importance, and I know that sometimes there are some gotchas in software development contracts. What can you say about this? It was a tricky question to finish this video, isn't it? So if you want to get an answer to this question, you should definitely see the part 2 of this video interview. So don't forget to push the notification bell. Stay tuned and see you soon. Bye bye.
Something like banking or goods delivery with some.
Okay, I'll follow your recommendation and ask you the next question.
Also, if your users are not comfortable logging in any.
Okay, I'll follow your recommendation and ask you the next question.
Don't stop me now. And you can get Julia. Any names of the name and use names, not use names. Name apps.
By the way, how much money and time will it take to create such an app?